So now the New York school's chancellor, he decides, or he's making it clear that he's going to dismiss any sexual abuser or any sexual pervert in the school system. I think that's good. But remember that this is just one of the things that evil people do, right? And I don't know how we can solve this problem because, as I said, it's just one of the things evil people do. Unless you could make people righteous and not evil, I don't know what you can do, man. I think harming kids one way or another. All right, but let me deal with the sexual, problems, California and New York and so on. I think that we should make it a serious crime. You go to jail for life. First thing. Secondly, anytime you go for a teaching job, you have to write stating that you're not a sexual pervert. You've never been charged with a sexual pervert, and that I agree that if ever I sexually abuse a child or a fellow worker, I forfeit all my rights, and I'll be accepting my sentence of 100 years in jail with no probation and no parole or nothing like that. I mean, when they sign that, I think that we catch their attention. But then, when people are evil, they don't forget that thing that they signed, bro. They see them nice little girls walking, little teenage girls that just started to see the period, and they're looking happy that day, and the skin oily, and looking nice and everything, with the lipstick and everything that's put on to make look like the old. Oh, you forget he going to reach out and grab that girl like that, or that boy. I recall when I was teaching at school, this guy, he just liked me like that. And I say, oh man, he wish I could go and knock him up. He say, he raise his hand up in the air like this, like if he can go down like a Muslim and pray. And he bend over in the desk and he stretch his foot out and he stretch his hand and he say, oh, I would just like that. I wouldn't even screw up man, much less some little boy. I wouldn't even screw a girl, much less this boy, And the same guy, some teacher get thrown to the school from that same class. The teacher was thrown out because he and this guy had a little fight and choking one another by the cupboard and so on. So I got in and I was teaching the science. What was it? General science? General science. And it was fun, trying to show them that this thing we study here is important for you, the way you live. I got them to go and do the blood test, the blood pressure test. That's the only one we could have done. Blood pressure test. And if the pressure high, tell them to go and tell their mom and get some follow-up or whatever, you know what I mean? But these people, and if you check them out carefully, you'll discover that they're not only hurting the kids and all that, but they're abusing themselves. They're into evil, man. I just can't explain this. They're using drugs, they're abusing drugs, so the mental capacity has been diminished. And but there's no excuse. I mean, they chose to go and do the drugs to hurt themselves. And they should know that if they hurt themselves, they might do things that they can't excuse with because they hurt them mentally or emotionally or otherwise. And so, as a people, we got to start from basics. I mean, a lot of Americans think that I hate the world and I hate everybody, but if you're going to be honest with yourself and try to come to some real solutions, you got to be honest with yourself and be practical. And to put on a bandage on this big festering wound, you're looking for problems. Number one, you could bleed to death. You need to go and get it sewed up. You need to stop the bleeding. You need to do the whole medical procedure. And if it's gone beyond the pale and smelling bad and it's decaying like some of these heroin addicts, right? You need to go stop doing the drugs, and get the wound thing. Hey, by the way, talk about that. One day, a charitable organization came around and they were helping people with stuff. So the guy watched me say, you don't have any wounds to clean and fix up? I mean, looking at me and asking me if I'm a heroin addict or suggesting I'm a heroin addict. And I've never used no drugs, never smoked, never drink. This guy is an idiot, But, he's supposed to know his clients. You can watch somebody and know they don't use drugs. Look at me. You can look at me and know I don't use no drugs. Do I look like I'm sick or I'm crazy or something? But that's the kind of professions we have. They're idiots. I could watch somebody and know that this person is not a drug addict. I'm confident and bold and walking, going about my business, bouncing on my heels and so forth. I don't look like if I'm looking to get a fix, something to help. When you're in them drugs, you just always be needy. You're always looking like you need the next fix. You know what I mean? So we have these idiots and these evil people all over the place, and that that changes the whole dynamics in the world. I mean, this is nothing new. I mean, if people really studied history, they'll see that civilizations have come and gone simply because of things people have been doing. It's not the enemy that's knock up a nation, it's the own people that's knock up a nation, man. What do you think make Egypt lost? When black people had the world going nice, they were inventing medicine and so on, and they were moving and setting up some foundation. Then boys come later on and going to the moon with it and checking all kind of high math and all that. They check the distance to the sun to the moon just a couple miles off without no instruments like computers and all this knowledge we have today, speed of light and all that stuff. They couldn't even test that stuff way back then. And God told Egypt to let the children of Israel go. Stop slavery, man. Let these people go. They want to serve me. Egypt saying, who is God? And God is patient. He throws some frogs at them, he throws some bloody water at them, he throws some flies, he throws killing the kids, and they still don't believe. And that is how we get evil, man. You know, if I were crazy and evil, I don't want to go up and fight with Tyson. Bothering him, following up. Man, I beat yours, you know. Man, come on, I can't beat Tyson, man. You know, that's how it works. So, and even when they decided to stop and let the children go, after a while they said, let's go and get him again. I hosted him drunk to fear himself, because I'm sure he went out to the battle and he was leading the charge. He wanted to show I'm a good king, and he went out and he got drunk too. You know, so they destroyed themselves. Same thing with Babylon. He sent the king into the woods for 7 years because he wasn't doing the right thing. He reinstated him, and then he continued the same thing again. And if you go, you'll see his mistakes that people have made. And the Bible says that they're going to be inferior and inferior, because look, the Greeks, or I think the Medes and the Persians, some of them had boats. They were quick, they were long and whatever, and then these boys built some double deckers, so you have more people rowing, so you got more speed. Put a big plank over there and they're hiding behind some cave, and they come sailing in looking for to send out the little man with a little rowboat to see what's up. You know, they going in straight and they just slam them, bam, bam, and sink all them, and all the things they did, and just ended the civilization, because they lost. They decided to work hard and to just become lazy and just, it happens all the time. Give me a check. I don't want to work nowhere. Everybody playing crazy. Give me a check. Give me a social security check over there, man. Oh, my foot hurting. I see people. As soon as I see a guy with a stick, you know, he looking to get a check. So. The way we can beat this sexual problem is that we have to show people that, you know, evil won't get you. And when you play around with your mind unnecessarily, because I've heard people want to make some drug, and they just look around the house, they got some bleach, got some baby laxative, and they just throw stuff together. And then now the chemical reaction looks, oh wow, look this foam thing, look this crystals, and they start using that. And I mean, thank God that you can mix bleach with something else, and it wouldn't be bleach, it wouldn't be poison, it would be something different. But then if you don't have enough for the interaction, and you have a lot of the bleach remaining and it coating the stuff, or the poison coating the stuff, and they use it, you know what I mean? So people is just going to take that stuff, and it's like, they don't even know it's coming from, who the guy is, whether he cut short and put, you know, some piss in it or whatever. And next thing you know, they're just dead. And who die have impaired cognitive functions, the will, the emotions, the conscience, all these aspects of the brain are sort of impaired, and so, you know, they're going to do stupid stuff. And I mean, you can't play with kids, because you will get burned. You will get burned. Leave the kids alone, man.